A common type of statistical test that you see in a lot of research is when you have a control group and a test group. When you have a group that you don't do an intervention with, and then a group where you do an intervention with. So in this example, we have two different groups of students from two different classrooms. One classroom uses traditional methods for learning, and the other uses some kind of new innovative approach. What we are trying to do now is to look at the average test scores, that's what this data is, and see if there is a way to say that the test group is scoring higher than the control group. If we take the average of both of these groups, the test group is a little higher than the control group, but our question is there a statistically significant difference between those groups? We've gone ahead and set our significance level at 0.05, meaning that if the p-value or the probability that we're able to take these two groups and get the means that we get when they're actually equal, if we can get that below 0.05, that is the point where we will reject that these means are the same and say that there is statistically significant evidence to say that the test group is higher than the control group. I am going to use a statistical analysis tool called SALT. It is by Cengage. It stands for Statistical Analysis Learning Tool. You can just Google SALT Cengage and it should be the first one to pop up. I am doing this video as an example for my Intro to Statistics class, and it is not my favorite type of statistical analysis tool, but it is very user-friendly and it is really great for the level of my Intro to Stat students. I would probably use something a little bit more robust for research, but for this example, I'm going to walk through with SALT. I do have a video in using Excel for a two-sample t-test like this one as well on my channel that you can find. The first thing that we need to do to use SALT is we want a CSV file, and so we will make sure to save this as a CSV file. So I'm going to File, Save As. We want to make sure to save as type CSV. So it's like the fifth one down for me right there, CSV. We're going to choose that we're going to do a raw data set and then find that document. Okay. And we had two variables. We had the control variable with all those students in the test. We need both of them for our hypothesis test. So select both of them. And now your data is in SALT. For the hypothesis test, you're going to go to inferential statistics. We're doing a two sample t, so I will select that. My variable 1 is my control group. My variable 2 is my test group. They calculate the mean, standard deviation, and size for me. I want a hypothesis test. The hypothesized difference is 0, like the difference between the means. And the alternative hypothesis, if you look back, is a less than. So whatever direction your inequality sign is for your alternative hypothesis with your first group listed first, that's the direction that you'll need to select in SALT. So that will be a less than for us. And we are going to go ahead and assume equal variances and generate the results. Okay, so here you get your analysis. You've got your null and your alternative. They write it a little differently, so they look at the difference between the two. So mu1 minus mu2 or mean1 minus mean2, and that's 0. That means that they're equal. And then the alternative is that the mu1 minus mu2 would be negative, less than 0. And that should be true based on the similar to us because we think mu2 is going to be bigger than mu1. So if we subtract a bigger number from a smaller, we should get a negative number. They give us the difference of means. So this is how far apart our means actually are. And then we want to see if that's a statistically significant difference. They give us the t-statistic, which is like how many standard deviations away from the mean they are from each other. And then here's the p-value for our data, and it's very small. It's less than 0.00001, so it is less than our significant level, our alpha value. And it also gives these, again, the mean in standard deviation, standard error. And again, the standard error is the standard deviation divided by the square root of n, because these are sample means, so they have a different distribution than within just the sample. Like the x's of our sample have their standard deviation. That's the standard deviation of the individual x's. But when we look at the broader picture of all of these x bars distributed in the normal distribution, their standard deviation is the standard deviation of the sample divided by the square root of n in the t distribution. Okay, so because the p-value is less than our significance level, then we can conclude that the test group did have a higher um, average than our control group, and they had a statistically higher average. So, all right, here is the write-up of that, the conclusion of our test. We do have enough evidence to reject the null. That's because our p-value is less than our significance level, or alpha value. And we can say that there is statistically significant evidence to conclude that the test group has a higher test score average than the control group. That's our alternative hypothesis. So we reword our alternative hypothesis in the context of the problem.